Can I start talking now? Are we live? Yay! Welcome to Lilly Live! I'm so excited. I know it's been so long since we did a live stream. Already the volume's being adjusted because previous to this, Tony said how loud you're gonna be, and now I'm so much louder. Welcome, whatever everyone's girl, Superwoman. I'm so excited for today's Lilly Live because it is me telling stories about all the trash, embarrassing, scary, exciting things of my childhood, my adulthood. But before we get into all of that, if you don't know what's going on, once a month, usually, I do a live stream like this one called Lilly Live, previously known as Ask Superwoman Live, and they're all thematic. And today's theme is story time. So if you want to get involved and you want to ask me about certain stories or want to prompt certain stories, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? Ask the audience. How do you do it? How do you do it? You tweet me, then this thing should come up. Oh my God, there it is, technology. Tweet me at @Superwoman. Use the hashtag Lilly Live. Bonus points if you make live all capital because I love organization. I like when things look clean. So go ahead and do that, and you can interact with me. As for now, though, you can go on my Twitter and on all my social medias. I'm going to be sharing this live stream. Yo, hit that retweet. Don't tap that ish. Re-Facebook, re-blog, repost, re-Snapchat, do everything. Revine all that ish and let people know that live stream is starting right now and to join us because it's going to be lit. I got my popcorn. I got my, what that for these? Kyle's nose on a sunny day. Okay, I got all my ish. And we're about to have a good time, so grab yourself some drinks, grab yourself some snacks. It's gonna be lit. Here I have treats for unicorns, and these treats for unicorns are story times. They are things like questions. What is your most embarrassing moment? What was your this? What were you scared of? I'm gonna pick them and tell you true, honest stories about my life. It's not BS. I will not lie. I will be very detailed, depending on the question, and I will tell you the truth about these stories. Kyle, are we good to go? Should we start?
We good.
We're gonna start? Okay. By the way, shout outs to my girl Hate Copy. This pillow's a design of hers, and it's dope as F. Okay, first one, here we go. Instant regret of the prompts in here. Instant regret. Oh, look at this production zooming up on the hand. Okay, let me just make my hand look good, hold on. Thank you for that production, Tony. All right, here we go. I'm acting like there's a pile of 10, but there's like 3 in here. Okay. Here we go, the first story time. I'm here for an hour, by the way, so we gotta make it count, okay? And also, before I start, let's take a deep breath, because I talk really fast, and I know I'm always very, chaotic. If you're having a bad day, yo, for the next hour, you're chilling with me, we're gonna have a good time, forget about your worries, forget about your stresses. My head was hurting before this, now it's not hurting anymore. That's the impact you have on me. So let's just have a good time, share some stories, and laugh. Capiche? No one said anything. Okay. So this story is about some of my most stressful moments. Okay. So I try not to stress too much in life, but there's definitely some moments in my life that have been super stressful. Like, here's an example. When I got my period, I didn't know what it was because Indian parents don't have that talk. So I just thought I was dying. But that's not the story we're talking about today. This story is about one of the most stressful moments of my life was when I was younger. Here's the situation, right? You all know that I was obsessed with wrestling, like obsessed. I would go above and beyond to meet wrestlers and go to events. So when I was younger in Toronto, WrestleMania, which is like the biggest wrestling event ever, came to Toronto. And I was like over the moon to go. I saved up, I got tickets. I waited in line for like 10 hours. I woke up at like 4 a.m. to go get these tickets. So it was like a big deal to me. Finally got these tickets. Day of the show, have all my signs, cheering on The Rock. It was The Rock versus Hogan. I'm a little kid. I'm walking towards the door to go into WrestleMania holding my tickets, and I drop the tickets by mistake. I was walking over like a sewer vent. Okay, and I vividly remember watching in slow motion as my WrestleMania tickets just floated in the air and there was holes in the floor, and I was like, oh my effing God, I'm gonna die. And it just landed like this, right above the little thing in the ground. It could have fallen through. I will never forget those 30 seconds of my life because they felt like an eternity, and I started crying even though they didn't fall. It all worked out. I went to WrestleMania, The Rock beat Hogan, everything was great, but I was so goddamn stressed. I can, literally I just peed a little in this chair. Thank God it's yellow so you won't be able to see, but yo, it was stressful. So that's one of the most stressful stories of my life. Another one here. Are you not gonna zoom in my hand, Tony? What the hell? Get it? Come on. I can't. I need to start again. Okay. All right. If you're wondering who the hell Tony is, by the way, I have a brand deal with Frosted Flakes, and so he's controlling the camera. He's a sexy, muscular man, and he's here, zooming in and out of not only the camera, but my heart. All right, next story. Oh, it's about types of pets I've had. Well, in a recent video, you already know I had a pet cat named Oreo that ran away from me. But other pets I've had, when I was younger, I had an aquarium full of fish, and I was very adamant on not naming my fish. I was like, I don't want to get emotionally attached to these, fish are great, but useless animals. I was like, well, I'm not going to get attached. I'm not going to be able to tell the difference between all these fish. There's so many goddamn fish. They all look the same. So one day, I made an exception. I went to the store and I bought a beta fighting fish. If you don't know what a beta fighting fish is, they fight. And they're stupid because if you hold a mirror up to it, it'll start fighting itself, thinking it's a different fish. So I was like, all right, this fish is so beautiful. It's purple and it's fiery and it has personality. So for the first time in my life, I named one of my fishes. I named that beta fighting fish Superwoman. And I was like, great, you are Superwoman. You are a representation of me, okay? The very next morning, I woke up, the other fish ate its head. I swear to God, the other fish ate Superwoman's head, and the Superwoman was upwards in the dirt without a head, and the other fish were just eating it. I don't know, I thought that was a fighting fish. These other fish were like pansy mother effing goldfish and and they just ate Superwoman. So after that, I never named any of my fish again. Are you telling me something? Okay, Kyle's saying some trash about some trash over there. What trash you saying?
We back.
You back? It was frozen? Trash! Moral of the story is I named a fish once, it died horribly, other fish ate it. That's what happened to my pet fish. But have you had, comment below, let me know, what pets have you had? I feel like some of the most traumatizing things that can happen to you are when something happens to pets. Like, who cares about boyfriends and girlfriends and trash like that, but like pets, that's the real goddamn deal. That crappy fish that I knew for 24 hours just was my homie, and I am emotionally scarred by Superwoman's head being eaten. I'm just saying. All right. Next story. By the way, I only have a few story prompts in here, so you got to tweet using the hashtag LillyLive and let me know if the story you want to hear is not on one of these stickies. I know your trash, hot mess, ratchet selves are already going to think of some dirty trash stories. Feel free to tweet me your wonderful suggestions. Okay, this one is best trip vacation. Ooh, I've had a lot of really great trips. I've been on 2 tours, which means that like I've had a I have great experience of traveling. But there's one, this is actually, I was gonna make a whole video about this, but I thought maybe I would just find it funny and no one else. So those of you might know, that watch the Black channel might know my really good friend named Anoshini. She's one of my closest friends. We do a lot of stupid things together, okay? So one time we went on this trip and it's the dumbest crap ever. This is when I still lived in Toronto. And all of our other friends, like we have a group of like 10 friends, they all went to like Cuba, Mexico, Jamaica. It was like vacation time and everyone was going somewhere, and me and her were like, we can't afford this. We can't do this. We don't have time for this. We're not fabulous enough for this. So we decided to go on our own trip. And we decided to go to Niagara Falls. Now, if you live in Toronto or in Buffalo or anywhere close to the area, you know that's like the trash place your family takes you on a long weekend pretending it's a vacation when really it's you go to Niagara Falls. Those of you around the world that don't know what this is, it's a waterfall. It's a very large waterfall. Is it a wonder of the world? I don't think so. But it's a large waterfall. Half of it is in Canada, half it's in America. I'm pretty sure the better side is in Canada though. And you go there and it's like this really cool phenomenon, but then you stand there for like literally 15 seconds and it's like, and you're like, all right, then that was a wrap. And then you drive like 3 hours back home. So it's really useless. Anyways, there's a street there that has all these fun like haunted houses and casinos and cool stuff. So we're gonna go to Niagara Falls. Mind you, we weren't that young. So like we were adults at this point. We're like 20 somethings, right? So we're planning this trip. Both of us have anxiety about spending this money to get a hotel and drive there and do all this stuff. So we're being very particular. We spent, no exaggeration, 4 hours. 4 on her sofa planning this trip, finding the perfect hotel close to the falls, close to the street to do all these fun things. 4 hours. After anxiety, we finally booked this hotel. We drove all the way to Niagara Falls, checked into our hotel. We're like, hey, so how far is the walk to get to the falls and get to like the street? The guy pulls out a map. I swear to God, he pulls out the map. He's like, here's the map. He's like, this is the hotel and the falls. If you just look off the map over here. is all the way over. We somehow booked, after 4 hours, booked a hotel that was like 20 minutes driving distance from the falls because we're Mormons. So then we're like, oh my God, we're so stupid. We can't spend the whole weekend here. There's no way, because you have to pay for in and outs of parking. We're too cheap. We can't do this. This was before the AdSense was popping, and we was back on those KD days, you know what I'm saying? Right, still. Okay, so then we're like, we have to come up with a way to get out of this hotel situation. So the first day of our vacation, we spent the entire night orchestrating a major lie as to why we need to check out of this hotel, but why they shouldn't charge us in doing so. So we rehearsed lines. We went downstairs the next morning, fully rehearsed, stressed. We're like, hi, we need to check out of this hotel, even though we have a reservation for 4 days, and it's not our fault, and here's why. And then Anoshi stepped in. She's like, there was a lot of noise, and people were banging on our door and running away. And I was like, this is correct. And also, and we made up all these lies. Literally in 10 seconds, the person was like, okay. And we're like, we just say, okay. So and then we got a hotel that was closer, and yeah. That may not sound funny, but I promise when you're drunk, stupid, and broke, it's really funny, that whole thing. We also spent that entire trip, don't ask why, there was a heart-shaped hot tub in our room. We spent the entire trip in this hot tub, in our bathing suits. Here's the thing. Only speaking in a British accent. I don't know why. Any restaurant we went to, anyone who talked to, we only spoke in a British accent. I will have you know we got a lot of things for free though. There it is. That's our story.
Was that your best or worst trip?
Best!
Oh.
It was the best. Me and Anoshi had the best time. We want to do it again, like over and over again. I had such a good time because it was just so like chill vibes. Being in a hot tub with your girl getting drunk, talking about life was better than that. Okay, yeah, maybe a cruise, maybe an all-inclusive resort, but come on. Okay. What the hell does this mean? Okay. Well, I wrote in my notes university stories, but my stupid team wrote universal stories. So I think this means university stories. Yes, funny stories about university. Also on that note, can I just say, every time I say the word university, can you actually zoom into my face? Because I need them to really understand what I'm talking about right here. By the way, feel free to laugh. You guys don't have to go. I want people to think I'm funny. So laugh and scream and interrupt, okay? When I say university, I get a lot of comments in my videos that are like, oh my God, you're such a show off. You're trying to sound smart. Why don't you say college? Excuse me. In Canada, college and university are different things. That doesn't make sense. Just because in America people say college, not university. I went to university, not college. It's not that it's better. It's a different thing. That's like being like, why do you have to say you drank water? Why can't you just say you drank Coke? Because I didn't do that. It's a different thing. That's why. Okay, zoom out now. Okay, so in university, I was part of a dance team. And I was on a dance team for 3 years. It was SAA, South Asian Alliance, and we competed, and that's where I started my dance career. And we did some stupid mother effing things for this dance team. I gotta say, people was just failing classes. We used to sleep at school in like classrooms. I'm gonna tell you 2 stories, and you're gonna think I'm lying, but these are real stories. So we used to do like a lot of borderline illegal things for the dance team, like stay overnight in school in places you weren't allowed to stay, or like practice in places you weren't allowed to practice, or like kind of break into some classrooms to practice there. It was all like to try to win the dance competition. It was basically like the brown version of Bring It On with way stricter parents, basically is what it was, okay? 2 things. Number 1, so a lot of us live pretty far from the school, and so driving back and forth was like hours and hours. So we're like, yo, we need to practice at night and again in the morning. We need to practice. There's no point of going home, but we have nowhere to stay. Obviously, our ability to book hotels, we've already crossed that out. So we found in the music department of this large campus, there was a piano room. And when I say piano room, I want you to imagine like a walk-in closet, but with a piano. It's for students to go and just like practice piano and then they walk, that's it, right? Us hoes, we brought 2 air mattresses. We brought a cooler full of food. We made that closet for like a week. No one found us, and we made that walk-in closet a bedroom for 5 people, in which we slept in there and ate in there, and it was disgusting. And then one random morning, a teacher walked in, and she was like, what the F is this? And we were all just like sleeping on our air mattresses. It was disturbing, embarrassing. I would do it again, no problem. Second story, similar situation. We needed somewhere to sleep. We pulled an all-nighter. We're practicing until like 5 a.m. And there was this area in my school that was like a public area, a very large public area, similar to a library, not really. It's like a quiet study area. there's a whole bunch of sofas. So one of our friends is like, yo, I'm so tired today. I can't sleep on the floor. He took every sofa. So imagine this chair right here. Imagine it sideways. So the flat part is upwards. He took 8 of those chairs and made a bed in the middle of this quiet area, okay? This is at 5 a.m. Classes start at like 8. We got up at 8, but he didn't. So we didn't wake him up. And so when you walked, basically everyone that went to school that day saw this. No one had a chair because they're all sideways. And he was sprawled across them sleeping in the middle of this area until like 2 p.m. And it was the greatest crap of my life. Not to mention, again, he was a brown kid, so he was wearing like a kurta pajama. If you don't know what that is, like a traditional like Indian thing. So like all the white people were like super scared about what was happening, but it was the best crap ever. We did a lot of really stupid. My friend Chase, he failed like 4 or 5 classes for dance. So, anyways.
I got a...
Yeah, you got a prompt? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, from Twitter.
Okay.
Stella Charles.
Stella, okay.
Stella or Sela.
Uh-huh.
Wants to know about the most embarrassing birthday you've had.
Embarrassing birthday?
To date. Because there's an upcoming one.
There's an upcoming birthday? Oh my, I don't think I've ever had an embarrassing birthday.
Never?
I don't think so. I mean, I cracked my head open when I was younger on my birthday. We know that. Otherwise, I don't think I've had an embarrassing birthday. I know of another person's embarrassing birthday that I kind of contributed to, which was my sister's birthday. I feel really bad till date that this happened. My sister, you know, she was in her teen years, going through those confusing times, and she was like trying to be the cool girl, and she was like, had all these friends, and she threw this party at her house. It was a really big deal. And I'm 6 years younger, so I was like a brat kid. So I was like, yo, when they cut this cake, I'm gonna scoop that side piece of that cake. That corner piece, that's my piece. My sister took 2 hours to get ready in my mom's sari. Again, going back to brown kids. She was wearing my mom's sari, a silk sari. She was so excited about it. I think it was like the first time my mom allowed boys over too, so it was like a big deal for her. So I got my piece of cake and I put it on my chair. And then I was like, oh, I didn't get a fork. So I left it on the chair. And I went to get a fork and my sister sat in it. She sat in the cake in the middle of the party and ruined the story. And she was so embarrassed and so sad. And I felt so bad because I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't have a fork. But that was her embarrassing birthday that I kind of contributed to because I'm a hoe. I'm a nasty, cow, fat, cake-obsessed hoe. Anyways, that's my story. All right. What we got here? All right, it's only been 20 minutes. Damn, y'all gonna have to send me some prompts soon. I'm almost done with stickies. Okay, this one is asking about my first kiss. Oh, Tony, I'm about to tell him our story. Ho, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna be honest. Let's talk about kisses. I feel really bad for saying this, but I don't know if I completely remember my first kiss. And that's really bad because I feel like people put so much pressure on like first kisses. I don't really remember it.
Do you remember who?
I do remember who.
But you just don't remember. It wasn't memorable. Like, it wasn't like...
No, I'm pretty sure what it was during summer vacation after grade 8.
Oh.
Yeah, it was after grade 8. I'm pretty sure he was Gujarati, by the way. Maja mache for everyone watching. I'm pretty sure we just were like on a random street and we was like, and I think that was it. I don't remember completely. I'm so sorry if you're watching this or someone that knows someone's watching this. I'm so sorry. It's completely my fault. I'm a trash bag because not only do I not remember my first kiss, I don't think I remember my second kiss either. I really don't. All I do remember though, and this says a lot, is that I prompted both of them. I do remember that. I don't remember the exact scenario, but I'm pretty sure I initiated both of those because I'm such a control freak like that. And I was like, we gonna kiss on my terms when I want, in this way, with my hands around here. And I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. My second kiss was with a Trini guy, I'm pretty sure, which explains a lot. I think that puts a lot of things into perspective for you. But yeah, I think that's what it was. And I think the second kiss was, I made him close his eyes because I was like, I bought you a chain and I want to put the chain around your neck, and then I like kissed him and I think it was awkward because he got scared. He was like, whoa. And I don't think it was a romantic thing.
So cringy.
I don't think it was romantic at all. I think it was pretty bad.
You put a necklace on him and kissed him at the same time.
So bad, right? So bad, right? It's bad, right? It's bad.
Wait, how old were you?
I don't know, grade 9 or something.
Oh, okay.
I do everything late. You should know that. I was like the last one of my friends to get her period, the last one to have a first kiss, the last one to do anything.
I was
Me.
later than you.
You were later than me?
I was grade 10.
Oh, that's not that bad. Yeah, I was like, I'm always late and last to do everything. I'm just like, I like to take my time and do things when I want to do things. I'm gonna be like 93 being like, Mom, I'm ready to settle down. And Mom's gonna be in her grave like, shut the F up. All right. Oh, wait. Sorry. Just break everything.
Graceful.
Okay. My story time with Lilly. Okay, this one says celebrity moments, embarrassing celebrity moments. You know, I'm pretty thankful to say that a lot of my celebrity encounters aren't embarrassing because usually when I meet people, they're wonderful. I've had very few experiences where I've met someone and they're a jerk. Except for maybe like humble. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The one I can think of is when I was on my way to go shoot Bad Mom. So where did that shoot again? I don't even remember. It shot in like,
Like a year and a half.
no, New Orleans, I think.
Oh yeah, it shot in New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah, it shot in New Orleans. And I was on my way there and I was on the plane and I was sleeping and I woke up after the flight and my ears were so plugged because as they do get on planes and I was so tired. So imagine someone that's like half asleep, not completely in it and also can't hear. So I woke up and I noticed in front of me, I was like, this guy looks so familiar. And it was Ashton Kutcher. And I was like, oh, frig. And I remember that years ago, he posted one of my videos on his Facebook page. So I was like, perfect opportunity for me to say thank you. So I was like, hi, excuse me. And he clearly did not want to be bothered, I don't think. I was like, hi, I'm so sorry to bother you. A few years ago, you posted my Facebook, like a video on Facebook of mine. He's like, oh, yeah, cool. And I was like, Superwoman. He's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm like, what are you doing in New Orleans? I'm such a moron. Like, okay, I knew why I was going to New Orleans, and that was to shoot Bad Moms featuring Mila Kunis. I asked him, like, why are you going to New Orleans? What he said was to visit some family. That's what he said, okay? What I heard with my plugged ears was to take a nap. So then I responded to be like, oh, to take a nap? Like, completely as if that's what he said. He's like, no. I was like, and that's how the conversation ended. That is how the conversation ended. Not, like, I couldn't put two to two together. Like, you are going to see Mila Kunis, thus he is probably also going to see his wife, Mila Kunis, as well. And then the next day, Mila comes up to me and she's like, oh, so my husband said he sat in front of you on the plane. And I was like, which husband was this? Sorry, but that's my story of me being a stupid moron and not understanding. He just like jet away from me. So Ashton, I'm sorry for being a piece of trash. It wasn't my fault. All right, next story. Woo! Is anyone even enjoying this? Are people watching?
Yes, people are watching.
Great. Hey, thanks for taking your time to watch this. You know, that means a lot. There's like 100 million other things that you could be doing or probably should be doing besides this trash, and you're doing this. So thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, it's another embarrassing moment one, but this one's just about when I was younger. Embarrassing moments when I was younger. I would like to preface this with I believe getting embarrassed is a choice I don't make very often. I think you don't have to get embarrassed if you play things off and you're just like, yeah, no, it's cool. So I don't get embarrassed very often, but there was a time I got really embarrassed. I was in like grade 2 and I was so goddamn embarrassed. We had gym class and we're all standing in the circle doing stretches in gym class. And I was standing and everyone else was standing doing the stretch. And then my teacher said, okay, everybody sit down. And I like zoned out. So I didn't listen to her. So I was still standing and everyone sat down. And so my friend is like, Lily, sit down. And she pulls my pants and they fall down in front of the entire class in grade 2. I was effing traumatized. God knows what kind of goddamn flea market underwear my mom gave me that day to wear. God knows what the hell was on them. I was so damn embarrassed. I will never forget that. And she was like, oh, and I was like, in my brain, I looked at her and I was just like, oh, girl, one day we gonna meet again in our 30s and 40s, and girl, I'm gonna remember this moment and I'm gonna destroy you. And then I decided that, I'm gonna start girl love. So that can't happen unless I see you and we stretching at yoga or something. Girl, I'm coming for you, ho.
I got an audience.
Okay, audience prompt. Let's hear it.
It's another embarrassing one, or you can just general.
Okay.
Clara Holmes.
Clara Holmes, one star.
She wants to know about your most embarrassing airport moment, or we can generalize and talk about
Embarrassing
stories.
airport moment. Oh yeah, I made a video about this, I think. I have a few airport stories, you know. I don't know if embarrassing is the right word. Have I chosen a Cosmo over catching a flight? Yes. But you know, one I can think of is, so when I've never missed a flight in my life because of my fault, except for once. Okay, and this was, I was doing Kentucky tours, which is like a tour that takes you across like Asia. So I was going to Thailand, and I had to go there later than the rest of the crew because I had an event. So I was like rushing to get to Thailand, and I had a stopover in Hong Kong. I think it was Hong Kong. And I got my period, and it was so early. My period was so early. There's a video about this on my channel. It was like 2 weeks early. I was like, what the F? Because all the traveling, fun fact, all the traveling can F up the timing of your period, right? The turbulence, you know, the peanuts on the aircraft, all that trash, can all F it up. So for the first time ever, I didn't have any feminine products. And I was like, oh my God, I literally have nothing. So I go into the washroom to be like, oh, they're obviously gonna have like a little dispenser thing. Only take Hong Kong coins. I was like, oh, frig, like I don't have any more coins. This was like 4 a.m. So every store is closed. Nothing in the airport is open.
No.
I have no coins or no change to buy anything. Every person I spoke to didn't know English. So me trying to explain like was not happening, okay? I literally had to like ask passengers in the airport. I went to every passenger, like, do you speak English? I have my period, I need your help. Until someone finally gave me something, and it was the worst experience of my goddamn life, because I was literally, ladies, I just want to paint you a picture, okay? At 4 a.m.
Wrong choice of words.
Let me paint you a picture with only the color red, okay? 4 a.m, I'm sitting in this airport, there's almost no one in it. There's like only 3 people, and all of them are like, we don't understand what you're saying. Literally sitting there like this, with your period, being like, I don't know what the F to do to solve this. I'm gonna have to buy a t-shirt or something. I don't know what to do. Like literally it was trash. It was a trash situation. That was the worst experience. Then, not to mention, after I solved that all, I had a long stopover. I took some Advil, I fell asleep, and I missed my flight. Moving on. Next, is there a next thing?
We can do back there. Oh.
Oh, my boobs jiggled there. Did you see that? Okay. Whoop. All right. Next one. The time I've gotten in a lot of trouble growing up. Ooh! Y'all already know I broke that table and got in trouble. Another time I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get into a lot of trouble because of lying and things like that. I never used to lie. I never used to be that hoe that would lie and go chill with her boyfriend, do any of that trash. But there was a time where I did lie about something. Growing up, this was always my thing. I'm very passionate about something, and that is my friendships. Like, I really try to be a good friend. Friends are really important to me. So growing up, as you know, I had those 2 Tamil best friends, and one of them, both of them used to work at this grocery store called No Frills. So me and my best friend, like so super close. I worked at Harvey's, the fast food restaurant that you know of. She worked at No Frills, which was a grocery store. And she took like 3 months or 4 months or however many months off from work. And so she was set to go back to work. Now we're like teens, you know, we're like so fragile, like brittle people that are like scared of the world. And she was so stressed about going back to work because at the grocery store, you have to memorize all of these codes for fruit. You use like 500 codes that you have to know the difference between like a nectarine and like a goddamn peach. And I'm like, what the F, aren't they the same thing? Yeah, but you have to know the difference. So she was so stressed out about memorizing this. So I was like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it so that I, for her entire shift, can kind of be in the grocery store lingering around and maybe have a list of these codes as a cheat sheet for her to try to help her out. The only problem was, during that time where she had work, I also had work. I had work at the same time. So what I did was, I switched my shift. I skipped school and went to work instead, so that after my shift at work, I could go to her work and just be there for her to make her feel more comfortable. So there I am at Harvey's flipping burgers during science class, okay? Skipping school, out here on the grind.
Is this university?
At my job, no, high school.
What?
Yeah. And suddenly my cell rings, and it's my sister, and I'm like, why would my sister be calling me during school? This makes no sense. So I answer, she's like, where are you? And you have to know my sister was like way more my mother than my mother was. Where are you? Why aren't you at school? I was like, oh, I was like freaking the F out. So somehow she booked that I skipped school and worked instead. So here I am. This is what I was crying of fear. Not because of lying about drugs or boys, but because I picked up an extra shift at work to help out my friend because she was scared about something. So all I know is after my shift, my mom picks me up and I'm waiting in the parking lot. Literally piss is trickling down my leg, okay? Trickling down my leg. My mom picks me up. I get into the car, just the most awkward silence. You know, then no words have to be spoken. My mom's just like, why the bloody hell did you lie to me? And she just like yelled at me for 2 seconds. And then she said nothing. And it was fine. My sister yelled at me way more than my mom did. But that was the most trouble I've ever gotten in from my sister or my mom. And I think I was grounded for X amount of time. But like, how can you really ground kids? You know, like in my room, I had like N64 initial. And I was like, okay. But it was, I got in a lot of trouble for that. But that was probably the most trouble I've gotten in.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what a good child, that's what a loyal friend I am. That's what a good daughter I am. Just so you all know. All right. Next story time. La, la. This one says injuries. Oh, Jesus, Lord. Y'all already know I got Bruck up here. Y'all already know I got Bruck up here. Do you know I got Bruck up here? So if you zoom in close enough, Tony, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. You zoom in real close. I don't think you will. But if you look really close, it's more of a texture thing. There's a little bit of a thing right here. Basically, I was a youngin' and I was trying to be an athlete outside my house. Me and my friends, we were playing baseball, right? It was outside my house. And
that's step one. That's the wrong move.
Yeah, step one was me trying to be an athlete, you know. And it was not my turn to bat. It was my turn to be like, you know, the person at the bat catcher. Is that what it is? Bat catcher. You already know what's about to happen. This girl is about to swing, and she swings back right into my eye. And this was my exact reaction. I need to let you know. I went like this. I fell on the ground. And I want you to imagine a young girl trying to swim on the floor. Because that's what I looked like. Trying to run into my house. So this was me. This is the house. And I was on the ground being like, "Ah! Ah!" And I was like trying to swim somehow into my house. Running while lying down. And there was just blood everywhere. Everywhere. And I was like, I could have legit went blind, but it hit me here, just under my eyeball, and I had to it was like a major cut here, and I had like a patch over my eye for a really long time. In addition to that, when I was born in the hospital, my sister always calls me a Simpson because I was born with jaundice. And so I didn't get to go home when I was born for like 3 weeks. I was in the hospital as a sickly baby. That was yellow. Jaundice makes your skin yellow. And so I was a very like sickly child right from the get-go. At least 3 times a year. And I'm not exaggerating. These are just straight facts. Okay. At least 2 to 3 times a year for the first 12 years of my life, I got ear infections. 2 to 3 times a year for like 12 years. I've had, if you look at my record, I've probably had like 30 to 40 ear infections in my life. Like a normal occurrence. Like if it was like an ear infection, like, oh, it's Tuesday again, Lily got an ear infection. Like so many nights of my life, I would be like this. I'd be putting drops in my ear, like ear infections all day long. My immune system was not good growing up, which explains why I'm so lit right now. You know what I'm saying? Why I'm so resilient right now. You know what I'm saying? All right. Next. Okay, we only got 3 left, hoes. Hoes, look at me, hoes. We got 3 left. Y'all need to send me some prompts. Kyle, you need to stop ignoring them.
Do you want to let them know what's up with today's video?
Oh!
That's a story time in and of itself.
Today's video is very special. So as you know, it is Monday. It's Super Monday, which means a new video is coming out. It's going to come out actually at the very end of this live stream. The second I'm done, it's going to be up. Why? Because I want you to stay on this channel and click the ads. I don't want you to go away. I want you to stay here. So I'm going to do everything I can to just rope you in to stay here. Right after this live stream, my video is going to come out. It is a collab with Manny Moi, choking on popcorn, makeup artist. I met him for the first time yesterday. He is lovely and wonderful and just I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with his energy and personality. He killed it in my video. So a collab is gonna come out right after this live stream is done. So stay tuned, and I will throw to it in such a way that's very exciting. So stay tuned. Tony, come on, Tony. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. 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 If you want to tweet, why do I keep burping and hiccuping?
No idea.
Oh, maybe it's because all this trash? Okay, it makes sense. If you want to tweet me at I using the hashtag Lilly Live, all the information is right there. Look at this little graphic. You know how hard it was to figure out how to do this? Tony spends like 2 hours every time just doing this, just figuring this out. So at the very least, tweet some appreciation for him. None of us know how to live stream. Okay, none of us. Literally, if you look over here, there's like a machine 3 times the size of my house trying to put this live stream together. It's a situation every time. But this next story is about, ghost stories. I episode that. Ghost stories. I would like to preface this with, I do believe in ghosts. I really, really do. Do I believe in ghosts the way that like horror movies present them? Maybe not, but I do think that spirits exist, and I do think that some are probably good and some are probably bad. So the closest thing to a ghost story, and if anything, this is a scarier version of a ghost story because it's so realistic. It's like so little happened that makes it realistic. Basically, once upon a time, I was on a dance team, and I had an event for all of my dancers and all of their families. So my parents were there, and all of my dancers were there, and all of their parents were there. I had this dance team for like 5 years with my closest friends, but only at this event did our parents meet for the first time. And randomly we discovered that me and one of my dancers, let's call him G, that was his short form name, his mom and my mom worked together for years when they first came to Canada. And none of us knew this. Like, we had no idea about this connection. And they were at this event, and they're like, what the hell? That's your daughter? That's your son? This is so weird. So then we and G discovered that our moms basically came to Canada together and basically worked together for years. And that was like so super cool. So then I had this great idea during Thanksgiving where I was like, yo, we have discovered this amazing friendship. We should bring them back together. So at Thanksgiving, I said, gee, I'm going to bring my mom over to your house and they can have like a Mother's Day and like rekindle. We also brought my aunt who also worked with them. So it was like this good reunion of people who haven't seen each other for a long time. Now, I truly believe that, you know, like Final Destination, when you F with fate, things go wrong. That's what I believe this was. I believe for some reason, because I believe in signs from the universe a lot, at least once a day I'm like, oh, that was a sign from the universe right there. I believe that we were not supposed to bring these people back together, and the universe gave us signs. So we go to his house. He lived in an area called Old Finch. Now, if you're from the hood, you know where that is, but it's known to be like a haunted area. Growing up, there's always stories about Old Finch, about the houses in Old Finch, or like the bridge at Old Finch. It was very much so known to be like a haunted place. He lived around that area, okay? Great choice, by the way, great choice. So we go to his house, have Thanksgiving dinner. They rekindle, they reunite. It's great, it's wonderful. My mom goes home with my aunt and I stay to chill for a while longer. Everything's great. Now, upon exiting his house, I cannot explain, like I till this day cannot explain exactly what I felt, but I felt very strange, very like, that was really nice, but like something seems really off and I can't quite put my finger on it. So I'm driving home and there's a huge stretch of his street that has no lights and it's like farmland. So it's like dark, haunted, farmland, trash place that's haunted. So I'm driving and I'm so out of it where I'm just like, and I didn't even drink. I was like 14, not 15. So I didn't drink or anything. And I was just so out of it. So I was driving and I was at a stop sign. And I vividly remember being like, yo, pay attention. And I looked to the right, and I looked forward, and I looked to the left, and I'm like, it's clear. I started driving. This car comes out of nowhere and starts honking at me because I didn't even see the car that was at the stop sign. So I was like, yo, you're so out of it. What's wrong with you? So I go home, and for the next 3 days, all of my friends were like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're acting so weird. And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel so strange. And I felt as if, the best way to describe it is, I felt as if I was watching myself do things. Like I was just watching Lilly talking to her friends and eating, but I didn't feel like I was doing any of those things. And so I felt like super strange for 3 days. And I dismissed it as like, yo, you're just being crazy, girl. You probably PMSing, you probably just whatever. Then randomly 3 days later, my mom comes up to me, says no words, And this is my mom, someone who's like so strong and very seldom shows emotion. And she comes up to me and says no words and she starts crying. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she said these exact words. She's like, I don't know. Ever since we went to your friend's house, I felt really, really weird. And she said those exact words to me. And I'm like, what the F? So we started hugging and we cried for like an hour about this weird feeling that we both had. And then the next day it went away. And so I am convinced that somehow, some way, they were not supposed to reunite those two friends. And that was like the universe warning us. And we both got mildly possessed. What other logical explanation is there? The chicken was bad? Oh, nah. Okay, nah. We was possessed. We was possessed, ho. Isn't that scary?
That's really scary.
I know, right? Brig, you just has jokes?
That give me chills.
That give you chills?
It's jokes.
I mean, aren't you used to me giving you chills, Tony?
Ooh.
Similar to that, Vanessa.
Mm-hmm. Vanessa? Or
Yeah.
Nessa?
Vanessa.
Vanessa, okay.
Lily's Raven.
Oh, ooh.
Wants to know, it's kind of along the same lines. Have you ever been in a dangerous or life-threatening situation?
Have I ever been in a dangerous or life-threatening situation? Damn.
Ever been in a car crash?
I mean, I've been in a car in India before, so yes. It's dangerous and life-threatening traffic in India. Dangerous, life-threatening. I mean, there's been situations like after OVO 2 years ago. I was at the after party. And like 10 minutes after I left, there was a shooting at the after party. That's one. Also, I don't know if I've been anything super, super dangerous though, to be honest.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. No, I think I'm blessed enough to say I haven't been in a super, super dangerous situation. Hope it stays that way. Is there anything else? Or should I pick one of the two in here?
One more.
Okay.
Raha.
Raha.
Radha.
Radha. He
Radha.
white, don't worry. Mm-hmm.
She wants to know about your best memory with your sister.
Best memory with my sister. Me and my sister have a lot of really, really great memories. There's a lot of examples I can give you that are like super dumb and stupid and small that no one will understand. Like one example is like when she moved away, I was like, what are you doing? She's like, eating hot dogs. I'm like, I'm eating hot dogs. Till this day, we talk about how we're both eating hot dogs. It's stupid as crap, but we talk till this day, we're like, remember that time we're both eating hot dogs? Me and my sister had this joke, an ongoing joke when we were younger. And it's probably like one of my best, fondest memories. Besides that time we fell through the table. You know Etch-a-Sketch growing up? You might be too young to know this, so you guys are all like, fidget spinners! But Etch-a-Sketch was this like red rectangular thing where you could like draw pictures with these two knobs, then you shake it to disappear it. Right? Do any of you know what this is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I was like, thank freaking God. Okay. So when we used to call people sketchy in public, we wanted to communicate like, yo, this person's sketchy. We do that in public. So one time we were at the airport and there was this guy and we were like, yo, he's sketchy, but he was so far so I couldn't like say like, yo, he's sketchy. So I was like, yo. And I was so impressed that she got it. I was like, yo. And she totally understood what I was saying. And she's like, I was like, yes, sketchy. And it was probably my best memory because we were just like, yo, me and my sister can be super on the same wavelength sometimes. Other than that, there is a story. We've told it on my sister's channel. When I was a newborn baby, my sister was carrying me. We fight about whose fault this is. I mean, I was under 1 year old, so I don't see how it's my fault, but she was carrying me and we had gotten a new table that she wasn't used to. So she was holding her new baby sister and walking, and she fell and tipped backwards through the glass table, shattered it, was lying on the glass with it in her back, holding her baby sister. And this is the thing about my sister, she's a hero. She literally held me up with glass in her back. She was like, must have been like 8 years old or something, and had to get so many stitches in her back. And she claims that me, her 1 year old baby sister, pushed her through the table. I claim that she tried to murder me. Okay, but that's a story. That's a real thing. There's scars all up and down her back, even still the time she fell through the glass table. And in my brain, I was just like, imagine being a parent and walking into the basement and seeing that. Your daughter just through the glass table, baby just like this. And I'm just like, yeah. It's so dumb. All right, how many more we got? We got 2 more in here, so you prep some more.
Great.
How more time we got in here?
We have less than 15 minutes.
Less than 15 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun with your Okay. Here we go. I can't open this sticky. Okay. Ooh, about your fears when you were younger and older. So when I was younger, because of the movie It, you already know, I was scared of spiders and clowns. We already know this. I'm still scared of spiders. I'm tremendously scared of spiders. I'll explain more about that in a moment. I used to be scared of the dark when I was younger, especially because I had one cousin that would always, you know that one cousin you have where you're kind of like, yo, you kind of crazy. And you kind of like effing with people a little bit more than a normal person should. I had one cousin that would like put me in wrestling moves. He would throw me into the basement, turn the lights off and lock the door. And he'd be like, ooh, the clown from It is down there. He'd like do things to scare me all the damn time to the point where like, I couldn't sleep at night. He would bully me and traumatize me so much. I mean, now we cool and stuff. But like he would make my life a living hell when we were growing up. That's why I was scared of the dark, because he'd always tell me stories and lock me in dark places. When I was younger, I was also scared of this doll I had. So I don't know if they still have these dolls now, but the ones that are like this, and then they close their eyes when they're like this, and then when they sit up, they open their eyes again. Yeah. This is a real goddamn... Why the F do those dolls exist, first of all? Okay? You know how many movies, Annabelle, Chucky, Bride of Chucky, why the F do those dolls exist? It's just like... You know that one? I had one of those dolls, and I was freaking horrified of it. I was like, that damn doll, it has a soul, its goddamn eyes keep opening. I buried it in my closet, like buried it under piles of toys, but still sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night just to like check if the closet door was closed. I was traumatized of that. I was also scared of the witch from Snow White, as we know, because she was just so scary looking and I didn't like her. Today, the things I am scared of, I'm probably more scared of spiders now than I was when I was younger. That's because I'm now an adult that understands the real danger of spiders. Like they can eat you, okay? They can lay eggs all up in your ish, okay? This is why I'm scared of spiders. And I swear to God, every time I talk about this, half of you hoes start tweeting me pictures of spiders. And I just want to let you know, you will be blocked and you will be deleted if you do this to me. I swear, don't even play. I am scared because even when I talk about them, I can feel spiders on me. Like I feel it. That's why I get tripped out. That's why I don't want to talk about it and I hate them. So if I see a spider, this is a true thing, in the middle of the night when I'm trying to fall asleep, I will randomly go like this because I will be envisioning the spider. Like that's how much it F's with my mind and why I can't have spiders around me. I'm not down with that ish. In addition to that, one of the more like real effed up things I'm scared of, which I should probably like see maybe a psychiatrist about, is I'm scared of people who have died. I was actually telling someone this earlier today. I'm scared of people who have died that I've actually known in life because I don't comprehend where they have gone. And so I'm just like scared. So a lot of you know I was really close to my grandfather. When my grandfather died 3-4 years ago, I had such bad, for the month that he passed away, I had really bad sleep paralysis. Like every single night for a month, I would go to sleep because when my grandfather died, he was not healthy. So he had, what's it called? Dementia. He had dementia. So he was not acting like himself in the month that he passed away. So he used to like say really strange things, call me different names. He used to be a little bit like violent sometimes. He was not acting like himself. So that was my last memory of my grandfather, unfortunately. And so when he passed away for a month, I would have these dreams where I would be sleeping, and sleep paralysis is basically where your eyes can be open, so you see what's happening, but you can't move. So I would have these dreams where my grandfather was just like walking towards me, trying to hurt me, and I could not get up. And that happened for a month, and I would like for a month would wake up like crying, screaming, and it was the worst crap ever. And then my mom, for a month, she would put a glass of water under my bed and put a steel bangle under my pillow to get rid of these dreams. And I guess the placebo effect in my mind was like, this is science, it works, this is correct. And so even when I used to travel for the whole year, anyone that knows me, I don't think any of you worked with me, but I used to travel with this steel thing to put under my pillow, even in hotels, to not have these dreams. But till this day, I am still scared of that. The one thing I'm scared of is like, if I'm washing my face or if I'm washing my hair, I still have that like image of my grandfather and I have to open my eyes and be like, oh my God, frig, I'm really scared of that. So it's quite effed up actually. But I mean, spiders and that probably are the two things, you know.
I'll let you read this one.
Okay.
It's from Team Super Trinidad.
Team Super Trinidad, big up yourself, TNT, Wagwan, mash up your bumper. Is that Team Super Trinidad? Oh, you getting blocked, oh. You getting blocked, oh. You think this a game? Oh, I'm gonna have some words. Your IP address will be blocked from getting my merch when it drops. When I go on the 3rd tour, you will not be able to get tickets, okay? You are getting blocked from my YouTube channel right now. I swear, I'm sweating just because I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating. Tony, feel my boobs. Look, okay. Can you zoom up on my hand for a second so I can show you my boob sweat? Okay, watch. I'm gonna show you my boob sweat, okay? Can you see my hand? It's glistening. It's literally glistening right now. Okay, this is the last one. Oh, you're nasty. Okay. This one is about fainting stories. I have a few of those, actually. So I'm a pansy when it comes to hydration and standing. You know, I fall very often. 2 stories I have are, one was when I was in line to meet X-Pac and Kane, 2 wrestlers. I was in line for like 7 hours. It was a really, really hot day. I fainted in line. My dad had to carry me like this to the ambulance to get in front of the line. That's one time I fainted. The second time is much more eventful though. So back in the day, I used to be super, super religious, and there's this religious parade it's called the Nagarkirtan that happens every year, and I've never been to it. So when I was, in my first year or second year of high school, I was like, I want to go to this thing eventually. You go to the temple, and they take all of these buses downtown, and there's this parade. It's like, I'm gonna go. That morning, I got my period, and as someone early on, why you already laughing, ho, at period? I got my period, and growing up, when I used to get my period, it used to be really bad, like really painful. I had really bad period cramps, and that was like a consistent thing for a long time. And so I was like, oh, should I still go? And I was like, oh, it happens once a year, and I really, really want to go, so I'm gonna go. So me and my sister went. I'm on this goddamn bus, going to the parade, heading downtown, and my stomach really starts to hurt. I vividly remember the visualization. I was like, no, pain is just all mental. I vividly remember. I was imagining taking my uterus out and rolling it with a rolling pin. I remember in my brain, I was like, oh, that would feel so good right now if I could just roll my uterus with a rolling pin. And so I told my sister, I was like, hey, we might have to leave a little early. My stomach's kind of hurting. And that was her indication of like, Lily's not feeling well. So I'm on this bus. It's like, imagine like 50 uncles packed in a bus that's hot and sweaty. That's where I was, and my stomach was dying. So I'm like, okay, taking deep breaths. I'm like trying to meditate. I'm like, you're fine. What happens next? I blink, and I start seeing all white. I'm like, oh, frig. I start to lose my vision. I'm like blinking. I couldn't see anything. I'm like, damn. So I was like this. I was like looking to my sister, and I was like, Tina, I can't see. So then she's like, what do you mean you can't see? So she starts to get me up. So I get up, and I just fall. And that's all I remember. I don't remember anything else. I just fainted on the bus. They had to stop the whole line of buses, of these 50 buses that were heading. I stopped the whole damn line. Everyone had to evacuate the bus. An ambulance had to come take me. I had to go to the hospital. So at the hospital, like 4 goddamn hours. Do you know how hard it is to give a urine sample when you're on your goddamn period? It is not a fun thing to do, okay? It is trash. At the end of the day, though, this is where the story gets interesting. Who then became my first boyfriend, or my second boyfriend, was on the bus. He went to school with me. The next day, he messaged me, being like, yo, are you okay? And that conversation sparked our relationship. Aww. We have such a romantic story. Everyone was like, how'd you meet? I was like, well, this one time I was on a bus with my period, and I passed out, and he was like my knight in shining armor. The next day, just so cute, he messaged me on MSN the next day. It was real cute, but that's the story of that. Is there any more here? There's not!
Nope, but we're good to...
We're out of time!
We can talk about what's up.
We're out of time! Well, I hope you enjoyed this Lilly Live. I know there was no guest, and there was no, like, games and stuff, but I just wanted to have something low-key with all y'all, and also all my friends are busy. But I want to just tell you guys some stories and connect with you. I'm so sorry I didn't do one last month. I know I didn't with all the travels and stuff, but I wanted to make it up to you for this month. Is there something I'm supposed to be saying that you guys are... Yes, that's going to happen as well. I want to let you know I'm working on a whole bunch of exciting things that I'm so excited to share with you soon. Zoom in my face for me. Zoom in. Soon. But as for right now, it is Super Thursday. Is it Monday or Thursday?
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday. Just kidding. It's a Monday. Okay, yeah. Maybe we should lay off the vodka after this. I'm kidding. I'm not drunk yet. Okay, it is Monday. And that means a new video is on my channel right now. It just went live right now. So what I want you to do is I want you to stop watching the stream and then go to watch the video. And I want you to say, Lilly Live sent me. And for the next 60 minutes, I'm gonna be responding to your comments underneath that video, super 60, next 60 minutes. So if you didn't get a chance to interact with me here, you can underneath my new video. Literally, it's live right now, so I'm gonna end this here. I will see you at the next Lilly Live. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. It is called If a Lipstick That Changes the Way You Talk. So go check it out, featuring Manny Makeup Artist. Until next time, one love, Superwoman. That is a wrap, and zoop, see you underneath that video. Bye!